Alright, so another thing too, okay? So basically, like, you gotta understand that your environment is everything, okay? So if you're around people that are like, nah, saying, oh, you know what, just go back to the 9 to 5, like, you're better off with the 9 to 5, you're more secure with the 9 to 5, bro, you're never gonna do anything. Like, you gotta change your environment, you gotta change around the people you're with, and you gotta understand that everything you consume physically, mentally, what you watch, everything, bro, is basically part of your environment. You gotta start changing out fucking music for broadcast, okay? Change out the music. I know music sounds good. Music, whatever your soul, music, whatever is life. Fuck that shit, homie. If you really want to make 10K a month, you gotta change that shit. Change music for broadcast. At least lock in, bro, for the next 6 months to really change your life. You know, if you really want to change your life, like, fucking do it. You know, like, for reals, for reals. When I start making 10K a month, it's not just gonna happen out of nowhere. You gotta fucking lock in, bro. So change your environments. Cut out anybody that's fucking denying you your future, bro. Like, you can make 10K a month, but if you have people around you saying, "Ah, be realistic, be realistic," nah, nigga. Like, them, let them be realistic about their life they chose. Now you choose your life. What do you want for your life? You know, you are literally the creator of your reality. You know, like, you literally could change your whole life by thinking about what you want and acting upon what you want. But if you're over here letting people tell you what you could have, then it's like, bro, like, you gotta offer up, bro. Stop being a beta. Stop following other people. You gotta understand that you are the one that's leading your life, and you can choose what direction your life takes. And a lot of it has to do with you literally just shaping your identity by adding or removing things from your environment. So, like I said, what you consume, you know, like the food you consume, the entertainment you consume, the music you consume, anything that you consume that's not gonna push you towards your goal, then you don't want it, bro. When I first started rapping, I would be watching videos until 3 in the morning, and I had to work at 6 in the a.m. and the next day. It's like, how bad do you want it? You know, like, how bad do you really want it? So I'm gonna upload you guys so many videos. You guys could be watching them for days. You know, so literally lock in, bro. That's all I can say. Lock in. Change your environment. Change your identity. Change who you want to become. You know, think about it in your mind who you want to become, and become that person. And anything that tries to stop you from becoming that person, remove it out your life. Remove it, bro. Whether it's the music, whether it's your friends, whether it's your family, whether it's the food, whatever it is, you gotta remove it. And if you think there's things that are missing, like there's habits that obviously are not pushing you towards that direction, then start adding them. You know, like, if you don't wake up early, bro, like, how do you expect to start making 10K a month? Like, you gotta wake up earlier. You know, a lot of people say, oh, 9 to 5. All right, well, if you have your own business, bro, I'm gonna let you know you're probably gonna be working from 6 to 11. It's just that's how it is. You know, you gotta literally, like, understand that in the beginning you gotta hustle to become the person who you really want to become, and then from there you're able to change into who, you know, like, your habits around. Like, once you become 10K a month, then now you start restructuring how you want to make 10K a month, right? For me, bro, making 10K a month, it took me what, like, 3 years? I think like 3 years to make 10K a month. But obviously, like, you know, I think it was like the second year I made 10K in 1 week. You know, obviously as a how can I say, like, with other employees, right? Because I had employees, you know, I had my own business, I had my own shop, but like, just me by myself, 10K in my pocket, took me about 3 years, you know. So I'm teaching you guys the blueprint to do that now, faster. You know, if you apply yourself within 3 to 6 months, you should be making 10K a month, like, straight up. But if you don't apply yourself, if you don't do everything that I'm telling you guys, then how are you gonna make that? You know, like, I'm teaching you guys the roadmap. You just gotta follow it. So, like I said, change your environment to change your results, so you can become the person that you need to become without anybody getting in your way, without anybody stopping you from becoming that person. You know, it all starts in your mind. But another thing is that actions, right? So sometimes you gotta cut shit out, bro. Like, literally cut people out. Like, you know, even if it's your girl. Like, honestly, like, I've had a relationship before that I had to cut it out, bro, because she was not supporting me. You know, like, she was basically always saying, like, oh, you're a low life, blah blah blah. Bro, I was trying to become somebody better, but she couldn't see the vision. So keep around people that can see the vision with you. And if nobody sees the vision with you, bro, then walk this shit by yourself, dog. All you need is you, after all, and God. You know, like, if God is on your side, then nobody can stand against you, bro. Like, straight up. So literally change your environment. You know, like, Also another thing too is if you're like a messy person and you have things everywhere, like just try to keep it nice and clean. The more organized you are, like straight up, like whether it's at your house, whether it's in the garage you're working, it's all your tools, all your documents, everything, like on your computer, everything. As long your pictures in your phone, like every time you're taking pictures, make sure you're adding them into different albums. Like the more you're organized all around, bro, the faster you're able to move. Literally, money loves speed. So the faster you can move, bro, the better. You can start making better results faster. And another thing is, bro, you gotta destroy your old self. You gotta destroy the beta inside of you. Like if you like to sleep in like too late, bro, you gotta cut that shit out. Like no more of that shit. You literally gotta fucking man the fuck up and be like, nah, I'm gonna take, literally take charge of your life, bro. Literally. And if you're not doing it just for yourself, do it for those that depend on you. Like think about it. If your mom still works, bro, there's no fucking way you'd be sleeping until 9 a.m. 10 a.m. Like fuck that shit, bro. You better be waking up at 5, 6 a.m. to fucking be like, you know what? This year's the year I'm gonna retire my mom. And if you're not thinking like that, bro, you're straight up, bro, you're a beta, bro. Literally, you're a fucking beta. You gotta destroy that shit. And honestly, remove distractions, bro. Distractions literally fucking kill everything for you. It slows you down, bro. If you're on fucking Instagram or TikTok just fucking watching stupid shit all day, bro, then that's how you're gonna be all day, bro. There's gonna be no improvement for you. Yeah, you made what, $1,000 in 2 days, and now you think you could just chill. Then honestly, like, you're not gonna make 10K a month like that. You gotta literally hustle, bro. You got things that can move around. Literally, if you're rapping and you just finished rapping, then we could watch more videos so you could get faster. If you're done rapping, you're done watching videos, you could be focusing on the self-development stuff. If you're done with the self-development, you could be practicing a new skill that will move you forward, maybe content creation. Point is, you're always trying to improve yourself. Always try to improve yourself. Never stay at a level where, like, you know what, I think I've had enough. Like, if you're at that level, then basically there's no room for improvement. You're basically saying you're okay. You're okay with your life. And honestly, like, that's how I lived my life for like a year, straight. I was living in Vegas. I had 2 girls and everything, and I thought my life was good. I was just mad chilling every day, like, mad chilling. I had the money coming in. I had the 2 girls I wanted, and I was just chilling. I had the cars I wanted. But once I understood that, okay, I have everything I want, but what about my mom? That's when the switch flipped for me, bro. Like, literally, that's when the switch flipped. Like, I literally was like, nah, fuck that shit. Like, I'm gonna start focusing on not only on myself, but on those that I can help. And if you have the potential to fucking focus on those that you can help, you better do it, bro. Because God gave you the privilege to become a better person so you can help those around them, Maybe they don't even have the opportunity that you're getting. So it's like, bro, lock in, bro. Like, if you don't want to do it for yourself, do it for those that you can help. Because at the end of the day, bro, like, we're here to serve each other. We're not here to just live for each other. And if you can't really do that, then it's like, it can't really help you, Like, if you just want to make 10K a month, or you just want to make 5K a month, and you think that's good enough, then that's good enough, There's no wrong way. Another thing I could say is build your compass. Like I was saying in the other videos, you gotta build your compass. What does that mean? Building your compass means understand what are your morals and values, okay? And don't let nothing change that. Like, straight up, don't let money change that. Don't let relationships change that. Don't let, job opportunities change that. Literally, understand what your morals and values are and stick to it. Because at the end of the day, bro, if you go down a road where, like, they offer you way more money, but it messes with one of your morals and values, then it's like, you're going to end up somewhere. Yeah, you're going to end up with more money in your pocket, but you're not going to end up happy. And at the end of the day, it's like, if you stick to your morals and values, there's no way you will never end up happy, So I suggest you really sit down with yourself and really understand what do you value out of life and what are some of your morals, For everybody, it's different, For me personally, it's my time, I love my time. Like, if you gotta tell me I gotta be somewhere at a certain time, like, if you tell me I have to be there, bro, that's like me sacrificing one of my values, Like, nah, bro, I value my time. I tell you when my time, what I'm gonna do with my time, where I'm gonna be at what time. Now, obviously, I'm with the client, I tell them the time, bro. Every single time, all my clients, I tell them, okay, I'll be there at 10, I'll be there at 9, I'll be there at 6, I'll be there at 1. Doesn't matter. I tell them the time. Don't let them tell you the time. Obviously, maybe if you want to agree, then you can agree on a certain time. But always understand that you choose your values and morals. You choose the way the life you want to create. And if you let anything sidetrack you because you think this money is better, or you think that relationship is better, or anything, but then it's like basically you're just kind of like shooting yourself in the foot. You're going down a path that you told yourself you were not going to do it. But the only way to make sure you go down a path that you know for sure you're going to end up in a place where you want is by building that compass. Understand your morals and values. Like I said, one of them is my time. Second is my family. So I choose my family. So if there's a place where they tell me, oh, I'll pay you $20K a month, and it's happened to me before. Okay, I pay you $20K a month, but it's in a different state. Now I'm gonna be away from my mom. I'm gonna be away from my brothers. I'm gonna be away from my, like my baby. Then it's like, nah, I turn it down. Yeah, I'm gonna make more money, but I'm not gonna be next to my family anymore. So you gotta understand that. You gotta really, really understand what I'm talking about, like building your compass. Because at the end of the day, it's like this skill can pay you really, really good money, bro. Like, you can make really good. There's a lot of shops making 30K plus a month with this. So that being said, it's like build your compass, bro. Understand what you really want, and you will never go wrong. Literally, you'll never go wrong. So one of your assignments for this video, it would be that, like, sit down with yourself, understand what your morals and values are, and understand what are some things that you will never sacrifice for other things. So like I said, my time and my family. Obviously next is money, right? At least for me. So if I'm not making money and I'm just wasting my time and I'm sacrificing time that I could be spending with my family, and I'm not making money, then it's not really for me. I just see it like as we humans are limited. Like we're limited with time, and if you don't act accordingly, like life could just pass by. A week passes by, a month passes by, a year passes by, and what did you do with your life? Nothing. So you gotta think about it like that. Like I said, those are my values, and I only have 3. I like to keep mine simple. But you could choose whatever you want, bro. You could choose whatever you want. What do you value, and what are your morals? Obviously, if you're not close to your family, then probably your family is not one. If you're probably young, you're only 18, maybe you don't really care about your time, maybe you care about just money, then maybe that 20K opportunity for you to move to a different state is probably a perfect opportunity for you. Like straight up, like only because it's wrong for me does not mean it's wrong for you. It could be the perfect opportunity for you. So this is what I'm saying. If you build your compass first, bro, there is no right or wrong way to build your life. It's just you are choosing what is valuable to you. Like, what are your morals? Obviously, another thing too, I said this one time, is that I value relationships, right? I value relationships over money. What does that mean? Sometimes when you start, building your own business and stuff, you gotta understand that sometimes people kind of switch up on you just because they want to make a little more money than you. So let's say, for example, like if you're making 10K a month and you have maybe a friend that wants to start rapping with you, and you guys start rapping together, now you're making 20K a month together, right? But then you realize, oh shit, I can make 15K a month if I just cut him out. Then it's like you're valuing money more than you're valuing the relationship. So at that point, it's like you can do it. It's whatever you want. If you value the money more, then go ahead, do it. There's after all, this is like how can you say it? Like sharks in the sea, right? So it's like if you want money, you can get the money. Like it doesn't matter. It's whatever you want. But if you value relationships more, then obviously you're not gonna want to mess that relationship over just for money, right? At least I won't. At least that's one of my morals. One of the things that I say, what, this is where I draw the line. Like I don't care about the money that much. I can make money different ways. I rather value the relationship, because maybe long term, maybe that 20K, together could turn to 100K together. But yeah, so basically it's just things like that. You want to kind of like value and understand what are your values, you know, like value the things that you actually value, and understand the things that you won't sacrifice. And once you do that, it's like nothing can like throw you off your compass but yourself. You know, at the end of the day, if you draw your compass and you understand what you really value, and for any reason you mess with one of your values, the only thing that you're doing is betraying yourself. You know, like you are the one that's betraying yourself. Nobody else is betraying you. Like you chose to make that decision, so then you kind of live with the consequences, right? But other than that, I say basically just become the person that makes the money without sacrificing the values, you know? Obviously, we're in this course to make 10K a month, so we're gonna make 10K a month, and you can make it, bro. You can make 10K a month by yourself, you know, without fucking over clients, without messing up relationships, without, you know, sacrificing too much time away from your family, you know, like you build the business how you want. But like I was saying the other day, is like I could be making 20 or 30K a month right now, the way I do my things right now. But, you know, I have other things going on, and I'm not gonna sacrifice my time to make more 20K a month just because I want the money now. Nah, hell no. I'm building for, you know, a better future where I could be making, bro, like straight up, like my goal is to make 100K a month. And I understand that if I'm making 20, 30K a month right now, you know, working every day, it's just gonna slow me down on the other aspects that I'm building. So it's like I understand that I literally gotta divide my time accordingly, and if I don't, then I won't get to the results I want. You know, you just gotta be like kind of like understanding that sometimes you gotta build skills, and if you gotta build those skills, you gotta kind of input time. But if your time is just being like wasted on money, then it's like you're not really working on your future, right? So work on the money now, work on your future, and basically you'll end up somewhere where you really want to be. Think about this whole 10K a month. Like honestly, if 10K a month is life changing for you and that's what you really want, okay, fucking, you know, you're chilling, bro. If you think 20K, 30K is like the best thing that can happen to you, then do it. Literally, like do it. Like to me, 10K a month when I first started was like, that was life changing opportunity. But you know, as you literally evolve, you know, you develop yourself, you know, and you understand that you could, like, you know, achieve more, right? 10K could be a milestone, then 20K, then 30K. So nothing can stop you but yourself. The only thing that can stop you is your mentality, and the way you're going is your decisions, right? So what you believe, what you know, do, and how you act is going to determine where you end up, you know? But that's your assignment for this video, is build the compass. Once you build the compass, submit it, okay? Submit it to the community. This way we keep each other accountable, right? So when you keep the whole community accountable for what you're saying that you're gonna keep accountable, you can always come back and reflect, oh, am I still following my morals and values? And if you are, bro, you're on the right path, you know? You literally, like, you know, not betraying yourself. At the end of the day, you won't betray yourself. And that's the best feeling ever, bro. When you don't betray yourself and you understand that you followed everything that you wanted, then you'll be chilling. But yeah, if you guys have any questions, also submit them to the community section, and either me or one of my, you know, people will be with you guys. Now, if you guys have any other concerns, then you can reach out to me personally, and I can help you guys out too, okay? But yeah, focus on self-development, and focus on your mindset, and focus on where you want to go and the values that you won't betray to get there.